So this is a Laughing Loon wee Robbie canoe, built from the plans from Laughing Loon. Pat wanted to go little kayak, and I didn't. It snows up here a lot in the winter, so I figured I could make one. Fairly proficient woodworker, that didn't worry me. The fiberglass part did, because I'd never done it. It's 10.5 feet long. It's got a capacity of 250 pounds. I had some cherry that I had traded for. The strips are actually 3/8 of an inch thick when you start, and you put it around forms, and any little bend you have to do, you can hit it with a heat gun. By the time you're done scraping off the glue dots, because you use hot melt as little clamps as you go, because it makes it go quicker, you sand it all down, and you put fiberglass cloth on it, and you put the resin on it. And the design was all about being light, so I'm guessing the wood now is 1/4 inch thick, or 1/8 of an inch thick or less, but that just gives it the shape. The fiberglass gives it the strength. And I used spruce for the gunnels because it's a little lighter than the cherry. The bottom of it is actually cedar, and if you see the dots across the bottom, since it's below the water line, that's where you staple it to the forms to keep the shape. You don't see that on the sides above the water line because I used hot melt glue to hold it to the forms. On the ends of it, it's filled in. Those are air tanks, just in case it doesn't float here in a minute. We won't lose it on the bottom. And I caned the seat myself. I did 3/4 of it, didn't like it, tore it out, did it one more time, and then I got talked into doing a chair for a relative, and then I threw all my extra cane away because I don't really ever care to do that again. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. And yeah, I really enjoyed the project, and there's a little bit of work in that backrest. Again, that's out of cherry, and I'm not really a carver, but that came out fairly decent. So if I ever build another one, it would come out better, and there'd be a few things different, but all in all, for a hack, I'm pretty pleased with it. Break the law and you're preserving. black on the front and the bow and the stern is actually polypropylene tape, which is very tough and abrasion resistant. So that gives it a little help when you have to push it up into the gravel like that. Now, I've lost 75 pounds since I started doing this.
You want me to push you?
But I am technically right at the limit.
Are you good or you want me to push?
I got it. But I am. Whee! I am too big for this canoe.
Oh, how cool.
It's so smooth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look how much higher it sits in the water. It sits like that when you're in it. So
Yeah.
I'm just too big. I would bring them straight out and I'd put fill pieces in here, and then there's some spots where it's just learning how to do it. I wouldn't do the staples the same, and other than that, not a whole lot. I think I would just be better at it.
Okay.
We're both OCD a little bit. All the straps are perfectly without a twist.